had just gotten engaged. We were going through a really hard time, and we started premarital counseling, and our premarital counselors recommended this book, and it absolutely changed our lives.
Really big fan of it. Mine looks a little bit different than Whitney's. Got a little grease on the back, but it's weathered because we put some work in on this book right here. As Whitney said, we found ourselves in an engagement where we loved each other, but we questioned if we were right for each other, and we fought almost every single day. One moment we were here, the next moment we were here. We truly believe that this book changed our marriage and changed our lives.
We're actually gonna do weekly breakdowns where we break down each chapter.
Reread it, right?
Yeah, we're actually gonna reread it.
You can see the date, 5/23/22. About 3 years later, me and Whitney are about to dive back into this book.
What I took from this book was a few things. When we talk about his needs and her needs, right? His needs are very different than my needs. And if you look up the typical man's needs versus the typical woman's needs, they're almost opposite. And so for me, a lot of times during this book, I would look at him and be like, wait, that's something you need? Like, that's crazy. I never thought that, or I never knew that.
Favorite things about this book is the vulnerability that it brings to the table. Not only the vulnerability that you have with your partner, but most importantly, the time that you put into this book with your partner. One thing that's lost in marriages, relationships, and engagements nowadays is us spending quality time with our significant other. You get engaged to somebody or married to somebody because they make your life better, because you love them. If that's the case, why are we not spending more time with each other? Why are we not bettering each other and getting into a book that literally talks about how can I be better for you and you be better for me?
We're gonna break this bad boy down, and I think it actually might be fun to hop on like lives every week and talk through with some people that are actually wanting to read this with us. You can get this on Amazon. It's a really good book. This is not sponsored by any means.
Yeah, this is not.
We just literally love this book and it changed our lives, and we want to see it change yours too. We'll start chapter 1 next week.
Read it with us. We're excited to dive into it. We were once in such a bad place that we needed to break down through this whole book and actually read it with other people. So if you're out there, don't give up.
Not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone. Don't give up. We're in a world where when we get faced with trial and tribulation in our relationships, sometimes we just throw in the towel. But we're here to tell you that we're so glad that we didn't. We continued working through it, and we're so grateful to have each other in the relationship that we do.